Good evening, and you're all very welcome to Water Safety Ireland's National Awards Ceremony for 2021, coming to you from Spanish Point in County Clare. My name is AVERY, and I'm delighted to be your MC this evening. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to influence our lives, and although it has again prevented this evening's recipients from meeting each other at Dublin Castle, we still felt it was important to recognise these recipients online. These awards celebrate those who saved others at risk of drowning and the volunteers that give so much of their time to help teach children and adults the life-saving skills they need to stay safe at our waterways. We'll also highlight some additional awards, including Water Safety Ireland's Volunteer of the Year, Sportsperson of the Year, as well as presenting people with Media Appreciation Awards and some Community and Social Responsibility Awards as well. An average of 115 people drown in Ireland every year, and although one drowning is one too many, this figure would be much higher had it not been for the people that we're about to recognise. To start us off, let's hear a few words from the Vice Chairman of Water Safety Ireland, Seamus O'Neill.
As Vice Chairman of Water Safety Ireland, I have great pleasure in welcoming you to the 2021 National Awards Ceremony, and unfortunately, it's by Zoom again this year. This has always been a day of celebration in the Water Safety Ireland calendar, and I'm delighted on your behalf to welcome Heather Humphreys TD, Minister for Rural and Community Development. I would also like to welcome our Chairman for the last 5 years, whose term ended in September, Mr. Martin O'Sullivan and his wife Anya. Martin led the organisation in a very professional manner and accomplished a lot both internationally and at home in a very demanding time, especially with the challenges presented by COVID-19. Today's ceremony will include the SECO Just-in-Time Rescue Award, which is presented to those who have gone to the assistance of a fellow human being in distress in water. These awards are recognised within life-saving circles as distinguished humanitarian awards given annually by Water Safety Ireland and sponsored by SECO for the past 20 years. Our Long Service Awards recognise the personal service of water safety volunteers, nationwide teaching, swimming, life-saving, basic life support, rescue skills and the promotion of water safety awareness to the public. The number of lives saved and aquatic accidents avoided as a result of their work can never be fully enumerated. Every child taught to swim possesses the skill to save his or her own life. Every person that has been given life-saving training and basic life support has the potential to save others. To all our volunteers I say, thank you very, very much. A member of Water Safety Ireland will receive the Volunteer of the Year Award. The recipient of this award has been selected by an independent panel of judges and honours their exceptional efforts in drowning prevention. In terms of the sport of life-saving, COVID-19 resulted in the cancellation of events for over a year. We are looking forward to the next World Championships in Italy in 2022, building upon the best performances abroad ever from Water Safety Ireland national teams in 2019, when they brought home the highest number of medals from a World Life-Saving Championship. The COVID-19 pandemic means that we had no choice but to significantly curtail our public swimming and life-saving classes. But thankfully we were able to make significant changes to our lifeguard training regime to ensure that waterways nationwide had trained lifeguards on duty. This summer, these lifeguards rescued 473 people at risk of drowning and gave first aid to over 6,000. An important historic day for the drowning prevention community in Ireland was the approval by the United Nations of the first ever resolution on drowning prevention. Water Safety Ireland played a significant part in building awareness about World Drowning Prevention Day, which will be marked annually on the 25th of July. We are grateful to the various heritage sites and the range of buildings and organisations that in some way went blue to mark the occasion, and we're hoping this will get bigger year after year. Water Safety Ireland continues to target at-risk groups with initiatives to highlight best practice so that drownings are reduced. One such initiative this year is our Hold Hands programme for early learning centres, kindly launched by the Ministers Heather Humphreys and Roderick O'Gorman and distributed to every early learning centre in the country. The initiative empowers creches to start teaching water safety at a very early age, which we hope will help to reduce drownings in the future. The average number of drownings every year over the last 10 years was 115. The total number drowned in Ireland in 2020 was 76, the lowest number since 1936. I thank you wholeheartedly and conclude by wishing you every success in the efforts to continue helping to bring drownings down for good. Thank you very much.
Wonderful video there showcasing the important work that water safety volunteers and lifeguards do every day to make our aquatic activities safer. Now let's hear from the Minister for Rural and Community Development, Heather Humphreys TD.
Good evening everyone. I'm delighted to address you all at the National Annual Awards Ceremony for Water Safety Ireland. I know we all thought that we would be gathered together at Dublin Castle for today's event. But as we have seen in the past, COVID-19 takes many twists and turns and remains a significant challenge facing our society. Firstly, I would like to pay tribute to Martin O'Sullivan, whose term as chair ended in September. And I want to acknowledge Martin's commitment and dedication to the organisation over many years. Martin, I wish you every success in your retirement. Above all though, these awards are about recognising the heroic efforts, the quick thinking and indeed bravery shown by you, the awardees. In many cases, your actions have prevented serious injury and even saved lives. You have ensured tragedies were averted. You have prevented families from suffering unthinkable heartache. And for that, I want to pay tribute to you and thank you for what you have done. Many of you are being recognised today too for the efforts you make as volunteers. Volunteerism sums up everything that is good about our society. Thank you for putting yourselves second in order to protect others. As everyone here today knows, drowning is a needless tragedy. 76 people drowned last year alone, a figure that would be even higher but for the efforts of individuals here today and the ongoing work of volunteers. You, the award recipients, are being honoured today because you have commitment, skills and courage in promoting water safety. The service given by each of today's awardees is exceptional and you deserve this special recognition. I also express my heartfelt congratulations to each and every recipient of the Rescue Appreciation Awards and the SECO Just in Time Rescue Awards. These awards are made to members of the public who act in the highest humanitarian way to assist persons in distress and assist those in danger of drowning. The recipients help save 24 lives through their efforts. In conclusion, all of you here today have our deepest gratitude and admiration. And so too do the many, many families out there who are better off today because of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Gur Mila Mahagav Golair.
Thank you, Minister Humphreys. Our first category of awards this evening are the Media Appreciation Awards. These 6 awards are presented to media organisations and those who work in the industry in appreciation for covering drowning prevention issues throughout the year. And the first recipient this evening is Midlands 103 FM, which receives the Local Radio Station Award. Midlands 103 FM is a local independent radio station broadcasting from Tullamore, County Offaly, to counties Laois, Offaly and Westmeath. Thanks to their ongoing coverage of water safety issues, listeners are more aware of the dangers at aquatic environments, and for this, we are very grateful. Our next award is for National Radio Broadcaster, and the recipients are producers Sarah Blake and Lorna Siggins for their RTE documentary on One. Radio Television Éireann began broadcasting in 1926, making it one of the oldest continuously operating public service broadcasters in the world. Their Doc on One series brings you multi-award winning documentaries that tell real-life stories. In this case, producers Sarah Blake and Lorna Siggins produced Miracle in Galway Bay, about the miraculous rescue of 2 young women stranded on paddleboards in Galway Bay. We are grateful to RTE for liaising with Water Safety Ireland on this, and to other water safety issues to deliver important messages to the public. Our next award is for National TV Broadcaster, and the recipient is Sharon Tobin, reporter with RTE News. Throughout the summer, thousands of people were attracted to Ireland's beaches and inland waterways, which provided some relief from the COVID-19 pandemic. People were able to enjoy these waterways with peace of mind thanks to the presence of trained lifeguards. The importance of swimming at lifeguarded waterways was raised by RTE reporter Sharon Tobin, who also took the opportunity to get some great footage of volunteers training lifeguards in Galway. We are grateful to Sharon and the RTE News team for helping us to encourage the use of lifeguarded waterways nationwide. Our next award is the Provincial Press Award, and the recipient is Colin McGann, editor at the Clare Champion. The Clare Champion is a weekly newspaper that was first published in 1903. A strong voice for the local community, it has promoted many of Water Safety Ireland's messages to readers, including the life-saving classes conducted by our volunteers at the Rescue and Training Centre in Lahinch. They also provided particularly supportive coverage about life-saving following the tragic loss of local lifeguard and surf life-saving team member Fionn O'Brien, following his accidental death in a surfing incident this past summer. We're grateful to the Clare Champion and thank them sincerely for helping to highlight water safety awareness. Moving on to the National Press Award, and the recipient for this year is Jennifer O'Connell, journalist with the Irish Times. The Irish Times was first printed in 1859. They have covered many topical water safety issues throughout the year. An article by Jennifer O'Connell described how experienced swimmer Jack Owen Rua O'Neill quickly got into trouble in swells that he compared to being tumbled around in a washing machine. Up to that day of the article's publication, 7 people had drowned in the previous 7 days. We are truly grateful for Jennifer's efforts to raise awareness, as these articles encourage readers to talk about water safety with friends and family. Our final award in this category is for online broadcasting. The recipient is Kat O'Connor, journalist with her.ie. Her.ie is a website that attracts an audience of 1.4 million people each month and has a following of 684,000 across their social channels. It provides a platform for information that engages readers through the lens of real women's lives. Journalist Kat O'Connor focused on the tragedy of child drownings, in this case through the eyes of Amanda Cambridge, where loss of her son, Avery, prompted Kat to write about water safety education for young children. We are grateful to Kat for raising awareness with her readers. Next, we have 11 recipients of our Community and Social Responsibility Award for helping to promote water safety in Ireland. The first recipient is Timemark. Founded in 1979, Timemark Limited distributes leading watch and jewellery brands and sponsors the SECO Just in Time Award, which they have supported since its inception in 2001. We are deeply grateful for their generous support for 20 years. Our next recipients are Amanda Cambridge and Leanne Mavery. Amanda Cambridge's 3-year-old son, Avery Greene, drowned in a pool while on a 2019 family holiday in Spain. Since contacting Water Safety Ireland, she has worked tirelessly as an ambassador to promote Water Safety Ireland's new Hold Hands programme for preschools, creches and early learning centres. Amanda's friend Leanne has also encouraged parents and early learning centres to embrace the programme. Their efforts will help to save lives and change the behaviour of children and parents when visiting waterways, and for this we are truly grateful. They are very deserving recipients of our appreciation. Thank you, Amanda and Leanne. Our next recipients are Coláiste Pobal Satanta Clonee, Dublin 15, and their teacher, Cara Doyle. Cara Doyle's transition year class participated in the Young Social Innovators of Ireland programme, for which they created an awareness campaign about the importance of being water safety aware. They organised several fundraisers and raised over €1,200 for drowning prevention initiatives. We are delighted to recognise their efforts to help others stay safe around water. Well done to all. Our next recipients are Caroline Casey, Cork County Council and partners for their video campaign on the dangers of using inflatable toys. Cork County Council, in conjunction with Water Safety Ireland, the RNLI and the Irish Coast Guard, produced 2 short films on the dangers of using inflatable toys in open water. One of the videos educates primary school children and the other targets adult audiences. Real-life scenarios are played out to show that inflatable toys are a drowning risk and should never be used in open water. Thank you, Caroline, and all for showing how successful partnerships can help reduce drownings. Our next recipients are the Smart Dublin team. This award goes to Smart Dublin team for coordinating 3 companies to pilot a low-cost alert system that reports when ring buoys are used for a rescue, go missing, or are tampered with. This will help local authorities ensure that their public rescue equipment is in place and ready for use when needed to help save a life. An award also goes to 3 companies that spent a year designing the technology that now enters phase 2, whereby 10 local authorities install this life-saving solution. Congratulations to the 3 companies, which are Civic Integrated Solutions, M Semicon TO and Ziggy Tech Limited. Our next recipients are sisters Grania and Dee Gavigan, cold water swimming enthusiasts. Grania and her sister Dee are year-round open water swimmers. Over the last couple of years, they have seen many people that are not used to cold water get into difficulty when they overestimate their ability and underestimate the risks. They came up with a simple message aimed especially at newcomers called Hot Tips for Cold Water. Their 4 basic tips, look up, gear up, buddy up and warm up, have already started to circulate nationwide, and we are grateful for their efforts to help educate a growing number of newcomers enjoying open water swimming. Well done to you both. Our next recipients are University of Limerick's Sport Arena, Alan Ward and team. The UL Sport Arena has for many years been committed to promoting water safety. Its 50-metre pool is the ideal home for Water Safety Ireland's annual National Still Water Life-Saving Championships. Each year, staff go above and beyond to help host the event to the highest standards, and they have previously played a key role in hosting the European Junior Life-Saving Championships. UL Sports Arena also works with Water Safety Ireland to train lifeguards, and we are deeply grateful to them for facilitating the use of their facility for a range of projects, including the 2021 update of the pool safety guidelines. Well done to Alan and all the team. Our next recipient is Declan Keogh at Kildare County Council for his initiative Amber Thursday. Amber Thursday is a collaborative initiative started by Declan to raise awareness of fire, road and water safety ahead of the August bank holiday, which is one of the busiest weekends at beaches, lakes and rivers. Fire, road and water safety officers across Ireland worked together to promote the initiative, and we are grateful to DECLAN and all those who shared the water safety messaging nationwide. Wonderful work, DECLAN, and well done. Our next recipient is Seamus O'Neill for National Services Day. Waterford native Seamus O'Neill has been an enthusiastic lead in the voluntary effort to recognise Ireland's emergency and frontline emergency services. Leixlip based for over 40 years, he has played a key role in leading the frontline emergency and security services ERA Forum and in establishing National Services Day on the first Saturday in September. This year included parades, reed laying events and an art and photography exhibition at Dublin Castle that included photographs of lifeguards on duty. His efforts have resulted in national tributes being paid to members of frontline services who died and who are currently sick because of COVID-19. Thank you, Seamus, for your selfless dedication to supporting our emergency services. You are a deserving recipient of this award. Our next recipient is long-distance swimmer Vanessa Dawes for her Swimming a Long Way Together initiative. Vanessa is a visual artist and long-distance swimmer who has organised water-related art projects around the world. In this case, a Cork endurance swim that had swimmers in the pool for 30 hours. Proceeds of the event went to Water Safety Ireland's local initiatives in Cork. Local clubs and swim groups also supported her arts project that inspires and celebrates swimming and swimming communities. Thank you, Vanessa, for using your love of swimming to help others connect with our aquatic environments. Our next recipients are Danielle Keneally and Chantal Keane. Danielle's brother Jack was just 15 when he and his friend Shay Maloney lost their lives after getting into difficulty swimming in a disused quarry. She and Chantal decided to raise funds for a water safety awareness initiative. They co-founded a home fragrance business, Wicks and Wax, and donated a month's profit from the sale of a specially created Daisy Snap Bar to WSI. The Daisy has a strong significance to the Keneally family, as Jack kept a daisy on the back of his phone, and that's something that Danielle holds dear. A water safety tips leaflet was included with every fragrance bar sold. Thank you, Danielle and Chantal, for helping to raise awareness and protect others from drowning. Our final recipients are Kevin Gately and Michael Swan, founders of the Galway Bay Users Group. Kevin and Michael were instrumental in setting up the Galway Bay Users Group, established as a partnership linking statutory, commercial, educational, sporting and voluntary agencies involved in marine activity in the Greater Galway Bay area. The voluntary group facilitates the sharing of expertise, technological and scientific advancements, research and local knowledge in a collaborative manner to promote and advance marine safety and cooperative search, rescue and recovery operations for the benefit of the wider communities that use Galway Bay. Thanks to Kevin and Michael for helping to bring everyone together to improve safety for all. Our next category is the Leon Quinlan Perpetual Award. When young Leon Quinlan drowned in 2004, his mother Lynn contacted Water Safety Ireland about running an event to raise awareness about water safety. Funding from that event enabled WSI to recruit an Education Development Officer to visit primary schools and teach water safety awareness to pupils. Lynn's support has enabled thousands of children to learn how to stay safe near water. This award is presented to a primary school that has been particularly attentive to the need for pupils to learn water safety skills. This year's recipient in Clonmoney National School in County Clare, to whom we are most grateful for delivering Water Safety Ireland's Primary Aquatics Water Safety Programme to their pupils. Coordinated by their teacher, Cleena McCannon, the children learned about local hazards in the home, on the farm and other aquatic environments nearby. We are very grateful to Clonmoney National School and congratulate them for ensuring that the children in their care have the knowledge and the skills necessary to stay safe from drowning. Next up we have the Avery Greene Memorial Award. Avery Greene was just 3 years old when in 2019 he tragically drowned while on holiday in Spain. Avery's mother Amanda became an enthusiastic promoter of an education resource called Hold Hands that was developed by Water Safety Ireland and distributed to more than 4,000 early learning centres nationwide. It contains lots of games and fun activities designed to encourage this young age group to talk about water safety, and it has been embraced by educators around the country, including today's recipient of the very first award, Rossnaree Kids Club, a preschool and after-school service for young children. For all children, it has been a disruptive time with swimming pools closed and without swimming lessons. But thanks to places like Rossnaree Kids Club, very young children will have a sense of how to stay safe from drowning, and for this we are very grateful. Congratulations, Rossnaree Kids Club. Our next category is the Long Service Awards. These are presented to Water Safety Ireland members in recognition of a voluntary commitment to promoting a public awareness of water safety and rescue, based on the humanitarian goal of saving life. Water Safety Ireland extends a sincere debt of gratitude to the following volunteers. Receiving the Certificate of Service for 10 years of service are Katrina McMahon from County Clare, Alison Dean, also from County Clare, Josh Kelly from Ballybunion CRBI, and John McShane from County Sligo. Receiving the Service Medal of Honour for 15 years of service are Eddie Walsh from County Clare, Tara Spry Hayes, also from County Clare, PJ O'Gorman from Ballybunion CRBI, and Fiona Staunton from County Clare. Moving on to the bronze bar to the Service Medal of Honour for 20 years of service, the recipients are Jean Mahon from County Kildare, Sinead Miller from County Dublin, Paddy Drumgoole from County Louth, Josephine O'Rourke from County Monaghan, John McGee from County Donegal, Evelyn O'Reilly from County Cavan, and Philomena Lynch, also from County Cavan. Receiving the silver bar to the Service Medal of Honour for 30 years of service are Leo Mahon from County Kildare, Elizabeth Tivnan from County Kildare, Deirdre Webster, also from County Kildare, Claire McGrath from County Clare, John Staunton from County Clare, and Anne-Marie McGee Campbell from County Donegal. And the final recipients for the long service category of our award ceremony received the gold bar to the Service Medal of Honour for 40 years of service. The recipients are John Morrell from County Donegal and Francis O'Regan from County Louth. Congratulations to all the Long Service Award recipients, and thank you for your dedication to water safety. Your efforts have saved and will continue to save lives. The next category in this evening's awards ceremony is the Volunteer of the Year. And the recipient is Andrew Lally in Galway. Andrew developed a love of life-saving in childhood and throughout his university studies lifeguarded in Galway City and County. He became a very active WSI instructor, running water safety summer weeks and training hundreds of lifeguards and lifesavers. Andrew also gives up a huge amount of time to life-saving sport. He is an active international referee and has travelled all over the world, voluntarily giving up personal holidays to support and manage national teams, and at the same time carries out his duties as a referee. He is a familiar face at all national competitions from nippers to masters, helping to make sure that things run smoothly. Andrew represents the highest levels of volunteerism, and we are extremely lucky to have him on our team. Thank you, Andrew. You are a very deserving recipient of Water Safety Ireland's 2021 Volunteer of the Year. It's now the turn of Sportsperson of the Year, and this year Water Safety Ireland is recognising those volunteers who have made significant contributions to life-saving sport in Ireland. This year we recognise the efforts of two people who to this day remain pillars of life-saving sport volunteerism. Thanks to their selfless dedication, life-saving sport participation levels are at an all-time high, and their dedication is also reflected in the number of title-winning performances at national and international competitions. Our first recipient is Brendan McGrath from County Clare. Brendan McGrath is a lifelong member of Water Safety Ireland, having started lifesaving as a trainee instructor over 50 years ago, teaching lifesaving and swimming in summer and in winter. He is currently the head coach of the national lifesaving team and has coached lifesaving sport to all national and international levels, helping competitors secure many medals at European and world level. In addition to coaching, Brendan has written Water Safety Ireland's Life-Saving Sport Coaching Manuals, a framework that will facilitate the training and the development of coaches all over Ireland. Brendan also played a key role in the building of the Whitestrand Life-Saving Training Centre, which opened in 2015. He has also taken the lead in an ongoing project to build a similar training and rescue centre in Lahinch, which is nearing completion. He has consistently dedicated his time and his energy to the ethos of Water Safety Ireland, sharing a lifetime of expertise and learning from which athletes are extremely fortunate and grateful. A deserving recipient of Sportsperson of the Year 2021. Our next recipient is Seamus O'Neill from County Donegal. Seamus O'Neill is the current Vice Chairman of Water Safety Ireland, a council member and volunteer with his local Water Safety Area Committee in Donegal. In addition to his extensive contributions at an organisational level, Seamus is committed to the development of life-saving sport in Ireland. He played a major role in the establishment of the original Sports Commission and is a previous chair of that commission. He was part of the first Irish group to become international referees and has served as a member of the European Sports Commission, thus ensuring Ireland's involvement in the development of the sport internationally. No matter how bad the weather, Seamus can be found on a beach in a red referee jacket, running the beach flag arena, or on the water's edge refereeing the different events. Seamus has been a driving force in the Donegal Water Safety Area Committee, upon which he has served in many different roles. Today, he still plays a very active role in training and coaching Donegal life-saving teams, as well as being involved in the development of the new Donegal Training Centre in Creevy. On behalf of Water Safety Ireland and all of the competitors, we are very proud of the commitment to life-saving sport shown by Seamus, a deserving recipient of Sportsperson of the Year. Our penultimate category this evening is the Rescue Appreciation Awards for coming to the assistance in a rescue. The first recipient is Declan Reid from County Kildare, posthumously. In February 2021, Declan was on the bank of the River Barrow, with a rope tied to his son's kayak. Suddenly, the kayak overturned, at which point Declan jumped in to rescue his son Aaron. Declan managed to hold Aaron up in the water until other family members and members of the public were able to bring Aaron to shore. Tragically, Declan went below the water and was lost to the river. A true selfless act. Our next recipient is Stephen Clarke from County Dublin, posthumously. In November 2012, Stephen was working at a hotel along the River Liffey when he heard cries for help coming from the boardwalk. A woman was in difficulty, and Stephen immediately entered the water. He managed to reach the woman and brought her to the other side of the river, where another young man arrived to aid the rescue. They eventually made it to the ladder, and all were successfully pulled out of the water to safety. A situation that could have had a tragic outcome if not for Stephen's efforts. Sadly, Stephen has since passed away due to an unrelated illness, but we are thankful and recognise his efforts to save a life. Our final category of awards this evening is the SECO Just in Time Award, which will be presented to those who have helped save someone at risk of drowning in 13 incidents. You'll find more information about each rescue on watersafety.ie. Without their quick thinking, the outcomes could have been very different. Our first recipient this evening is Rory Brennan. In July this year, while swimming at the River Nore in County Laois, Rory noticed a woman who was unable to swim enter the water. He tried to assist her and quickly realised that he needed to take her in tow. Rory calmed the woman down and managed to take her in a carry to the bank. Well done, Rory. Our next recipient is Tina Kavanagh. In the summer of 1985, Tina was a teenager swimming at Gragnamana, County Kilkenny, when she noticed a young boy in distress in the water. He had gotten into difficulty after receiving an accidental knock to his head. He subsequently swallowed water and began to panic. Tina swam to the boy and tilted his head back, all the while reassuring him, and eventually took him to safety. Well done, Tina, for your quick thinking. Our next recipient is Gary HEELAN. On the 6th of November last year, Gary was out for a walk on the banks of Blackwater, Mallow, County Cork. He noticed a young woman in the river on the opposite side of the bank, who was holding on to a tree and in difficulty. Gary immediately ran across the bridge, down the opposite bank of the river, and contacted the emergency services. He made his way to the casualty and tried to assist her from the bank. Gary entered the water, and against a strong flow managed to help her to safety. A very well-deserving award indeed. Congratulations, Gary. Our next recipient is Patrick MUNGOVAN. In July this year, a young girl fell into the water at Quilty Pier, County Clare. Patrick became alerted to the situation and without hesitation jumped into the water before bringing her back to safety. Patrick was aware of the area and was able to identify a slipway to bring the young girl back to safety. Congratulations, Patrick. Our next recipient is Zoe LALLY. In March this year, a group of youths were playing at Eastkey Pier in County Sligo and watching the waves wash over the top of the pier. A large wave suddenly broke over the breakwater and down onto the boys, washing them off the pier and into the sea. Zoe, an experienced surfer, ran onto the pier and managed to pull two of the teenagers to safety with the aid of ring buoys. She then swam out to the third boy and managed to bring him to safety further along the coast. A wonderful rescue. Well done, Zoe. Our next recipient is DARAGH FLYNN. In July this year, DARAGH was walking across a bridge at Clara Fun Park, County Wicklow, when he noticed a small child in the water. He immediately jumped into the water and picked her up into his arms. After saving her from the water, he helped to warm her up and was assisted by an off-duty paramedic. They took her to a first aid room where they kept her warm until emergency services arrived. Another wonderful rescue. Well done, DARAGH. Our next recipient is Ger Daly. In September 2019, Ger was swimming with a group at Salt Hill, County Galway, when one of the group got into difficulty. He soon realised the man was unwell, at which point Ger turned him onto his back and towed him safely to shore, where he regained consciousness. Ger waited with him until emergency services arrived, and the man made a full recovery. A very well done, Ger. Our next recipient is Philip Owens. In July this year, Philip noticed the Coast Guard passing by en route to a person in difficulty in the water at Whitestone, County Louth. He immediately located a kayak and paddled out to the person in difficulty. Philip gripped onto the man's life jacket and stayed in position until a rescue boat arrived at the scene. He then assisted the man onto the rescue boat. Well done, Philip. Our next recipients are Michael and Marguerite CARRIG. In July of 2005, Michael and Marguerite were boating when they observed changing weather conditions as another boating family were turning for home on the Shannon estuary in County Clare. They followed the small boat as they realised it was in jeopardy of being overturned. They took the woman and children on board their larger boat and safely escorted the man on the small boat to his destination. Michael receives a Seaco Just in Time Award and Marguerite receives a Rescue Appreciation Award. Well done to you both. Our next recipient is Nicola Wan. In October this year, Nicola was walking her dogs along the Grand Canal at Harold's Cross Bridge when she noticed a pair of men's trainers submerged under the water. She grabbed the man's hood and managed to bring him to safety to the riverbank. She then checked his pulse, placed him into the recovery position and remained with him until emergency services arrived. Nicola would like to thank Justin from Dolphins Barn Fire Station for nominating her and everyone at Water Safety Ireland for her award. Nicola would also like to dedicate this award to her mum and her stepdad Tony, who is currently in hospital. Well done, Nicola. Our next recipient is Tommy Moyna. On July 25th this year, Tommy was working on a farm when he heard shouting from a man and woman in difficulty in an adjoining lake. He immediately dived under the water and pulled the submerged woman above water. The man also held on to Tommy, who successfully managed to tow the couple to safety. A sincere thank you to Tommy. Our next recipient is Mark Kavanagh. In July this year, Mark became aware of a woman in distress in the water at a bridge in Wexford town. The RNLI were on their way to the scene when they witnessed Mark lifting the woman out of the water and into his boat. He brought her to the Wexford quayfront where emergency services were waiting. Well done, Mark, for your quick life-saving action. Our next recipients are Joseph McNulty, Christine McNulty and Sean McNulty. In September this year, McNulty family were walking on Bundoran Beach, County Donegal, when they noticed 3 girls trapped on a sandbank by surrounding water. 2 of the girls were trying to swim to safety, and the 3rd girl was now stranded up to the chest level in the water. Christine grabbed a ring buoy while both Joseph and Sean entered the water up to their waist. The ring buoy was used to pull 2 of the girls to safety. As Joseph and Christine edged closer to the 3rd girl, Sean also entered the water with the ring buoy. He managed to reach her and pull her to safety in a cross-chest hold. Well done, Joseph, Christine and Sean on a remarkable rescue. And that brings us to the end of our awards ceremony 2021. Thank you for watching. It has been an honour for me to guide you through all these very deserving recipients. And if you are a recipient, on behalf of the many lives that you have helped to save, thank you. And thank you to all the volunteers that have given so much of their time to help promote water safety skills in their communities. Please encourage your friends and your family to learn about water safety, and you can do so by asking them to visit Water Safety Ireland's website, watersafety.ie. Thank you for joining us for this evening's ceremony, and until next year, Slán agus Beannacht.